Today I am spilling the tea, well maybe not literally, I don't want to spill it, on how I get ready for a party. So what are the things that I do? What are the steps that I take? I'm going to walk you through each step, and it's going to involve one of my latest party planning secret weapons, and that is, well, I guess you'll just have to wait. I'm Mara from Joyful Hostess. If you're new here, welcome so much. Welcome. You're so welcome. But I just want to say I'm so happy that you're here. I am all about helping bring the joy back to hosting at home, and I want to help make you a more confident host. So I share tips, tricks, recipes, ideas, all of that here, a new video every Friday. So if that's what you're into, if you want a party planning BFF, I'm your girl. So hit subscribe and then we can hang out every Friday. So the weather is getting nicer here in Canada. It's time to have friends together, patio, outside. We want to host a wine tasting. So the first step really is to look to my party planner keepsake book. Now this book is a labor of love. It's something that I designed and created especially to help you become more confident hosting, but I did it for me too. I mean, before this, I used to use just this grungy old notebook that I would keep my notes in, and now it's someplace a little bit prettier, a little bit sturdier. And also I made sure to add some keepsake element parts to it, which is why it's called the Party Planner Keepsake, because one day I want my kids to be able to look back at this planner and remember the good times that we had, and who was at their parties, what kinds of things that we did. I think it's really special to have that all in one place. And I will also tell you this, by having and recording everything in one spot, if you do have children and if you have more than one child, then it makes it super easy for you to go back and remember, oh, what did I do for this kid to make sure that it's even for the next kid? Because I want to make sure I'm doing the same, right? Sometimes there's too much in this mom brain that I can't remember what I did from one to the next. And this has been a handy tool to help me with that. So while there's lots of stuff in the beginning to help you kind of plan for the year, your upcoming celebrations. Oh, and I should mention that I wanted to be sure that this spiral binding would go all the way around so that it would lay flat, right? Nothing more annoying than a book that just won't lay flat when you're trying to write on it. So spiral bound, hardcover, it's like ideal space for you to write in. So the first section kind of takes you through thinking about your party and what you want the vibe to look like. There's all sorts of prompts in here. And for me, I'm gonna just put down here that I want it to be a wine tasting and that I want it to be carefree, and I want it to be fun, maybe less formal and outdoors. That's kind of the thing I'm hoping to, that's kind of the vibe I'm going for anyways. So I won't bore you by walking through all these prompts, but when I am planning a party, these are all the things that I think about, and I've put them here for you to think about too. Because I've said before, if you kind of know the event you're trying to create, it makes it really easy to plan all the other things. So next, I guess, is the details. So where are we hosting it? What's the date? Now here's a spot where if I'm not really settled on the date yet, for something like this, I will put it in pencil until I can figure out what date is going to work best for most people who are coming. Because again, it's informal. It's not like it has to be celebrated on a certain day. So I'm thinking either a Saturday evening or even a Sunday afternoon. I think that would be super fun. And here's a sidebar Joyful Hostess tip. Lots of us get caught up in that we can only host an event if it's a Saturday night or a Friday night. And that's not actually the case. Some of the funnest nights that we've had have just been impromptu through the week or even a Sunday. So in this case, I'm shooting for a Sunday afternoon, but we'll see how that works. So yeah, so try it. If you can't figure out a Saturday night that works for everyone, maybe think of an alternative and give that a go. We've got the details. Next is the guest list. So there's a spot here for me to write down the people that I want to invite, when the invitation was sent, and then the RSVP, so that I can quickly look back and go, okay, so these people have RSVP'd and I know exactly how many people are coming, so that now I can plan the next phase, which is all the menus. I've broken it out into the food menu and the drink menu. Obviously the drink menu for a wine tasting, it's going to be wine, but also we've got to make sure that we have other beverages too. And then the food menu, that will depend on if it's a Sunday afternoon and we're going to have it outside. That menu might look a little different than if it's a Saturday night, like dinner party. A spot here for decorating ideas, party favors, but here's one of the most important parts, guys. This is right here. This is the self-care square. And I purposely put that in there in this planner because I think too often when we're hosting events, we don't take the time to take care of ourselves because we're so busy running around doing all these other things. So by putting a self-care square here, that's the spot where you can put in one or two things that you're going to do for yourself, because I really firmly believe that if you are feeling good about yourself and you're feeling less stressed, your guests will feel good and your guests will be relaxed, and it's kind of all a trickle down effect. So even if that means just taking 10 minutes to just meditate or listen to music or take a bath or whatever that is, just make sure you add a couple of things in there for you to make sure you're taking care of yourself. And then we move on to the to-do list. So things in here would be, I've broken it down into like the month before, 2 to 3 weeks before, the week before, the big day. So it's kind of all broken down that way. So I know, for instance, the day before would probably be a lot of food prep stuff for me falls on the day before. I try to get that ready the day before. But there are some things that you can't make until the last minute. So I would save that for the big day, that section. So here we are about a month before. So the month before, I'm going to make sure I send out the invites. I pick the date, that I kind of have an idea of the menu and the guest list, and then we can kind of work it from there. For those of you who want to keep track of the budget, because really throwing a party sometimes can be expensive. I mean, depending on the type of party, but it can be expensive. So I find that keeping that in check just means kind of keeping a tally roughly of what you think you're going to spend and then what you actually did spend. Now, if you're not a budget person, you don't have to fill this out, but some people, like I, kind of like to keep track of that, especially for a really big party, because it's really easy for the budget to get away from you because you want things to be wonderful and then didn't realize you spent all this money on your party. Other section is the vendor information. So that's where you can keep track of, if you had a local bakery bake the cake, or maybe you had somebody you ordered flowers from, that kind of thing. I find it's really important to use this because I was constantly referring back to this because people, friends would say, who made the cake for that whatever, or where did you get your flowers from for this? And it was really nice to be able to just look back and give them the name and number, instead of trying to remember who it was that did it. And then here's where this planner is different from other planners. It is the after party and the prompts that help you to remember what was really special about the party. What were the memorable things that happened? What were things that you think you would do again, or maybe something you would change? So there's a section for you to record all of that. It's really nice to be able to go back and look at that and just remember, some of the funny things. And it's even really nice to look back and see, what you served, who was there. It's just a really great way to kind of relive that party over again. So there you have it. I've walked you through the party planner keepsake. Again, I rely on this so heavily. I feel that it really helps me to stay organized and not feel overwhelmed by all the things that you have to do when you're planning a party. And look, I don't care whether you're just planning a birthday party, like something really simple, or a dinner party, or if you're planning an all out, like really formal thing, or a gala, like a big graduation, or whatever that looks like. So whatever you're planning, this party planner keepsake really has been a godsend. I'll link it for you below so that if you want to take a look at it, you can. And until next time, happy hosting.